Hello, homegirls and homeboys. Welcome back to my channel. It is your medical assistant, clinical research, and healthcare administration bestie here, coming to give you guys some more tips. I know that my healthcare administration girlies are probably like, when are we going to be next? You all are next. Today, I'm going to be dropping a healthcare administration gem. Most comments that I get on my channel is, have you found a job in healthcare administration yet? I'm having trouble finding a job. What are some tips for finding a job? It is really difficult to find employment in healthcare administration. Honestly, a lot of the difficulty with finding a job comes with us just not searching properly. So if you have not seen my video on tips for finding a job in healthcare administration, or just tips in general on starting your career in healthcare administration, I want to encourage you to watch this video up here, where it is going to lay out kind of the steps and tools that you are going to need in order to start a career in healthcare administration. After you watch that video, then come back to this video where I will give you all the hidden gem to finding a job in healthcare administration. Okay, this should help you all a lot. Let's go ahead and get into it. When you go to school and you decide to get your degree in healthcare administration, most of the time the jobs that most of us are thinking about going into are those higher level positions. So we're talking CEO, Chief Executive Officer, we're talking Chief of Strategy, we're talking Chief Administrative Officer, we're talking Vice President of Human Resources, we're talking those big high level roles. Well, those are the kind of positions that we are thinking that we want to go into. Okay, but boom, problem with that is whenever you graduate from college, I mean, unless you have a background as a nurse or a background as a doctor or 20 years in support services in a hospital, unless you have some type of experience in those settings, it's going to be difficult to go from a bachelor's degree in healthcare administration or a master's degree in healthcare administration directly into one of those roles. That is an executive level role. That is a corporate role. So you really have to know what you're doing. So typically new grads aren't exactly what they're looking for. They're more so looking for people with experience, which is to be expected, right? You don't want some new grad who has never worked in a hospital before to be running your hospital. That just doesn't make a lick of sense. So with that being said, we're probably running around here like, well, how do I get a job? When most of us get out of school and we realize, oh, we aren't going to just be able to walk into one of these executive positions right off the bat, well, then things start to get sticky. They start to get rocky, because it's like, okay, well, if you aren't going to hire me because I don't have any experience, then what am I supposed to do with this degree? And this information that I'm about to give you all right now will hopefully help you all who are in limbo. You've gotten your degree or you're about to get your degree, and you want to know what your options are as far as getting experience that is going to lead to one of those corporate level, executive level positions in hospital administration. Now, I don't want to get on here and make it seem like it's impossible to get a job, a director position or an executive level position or a corporate level position without experience. I know there are people who just kind of get lucky and they go to an organization or a hospital where they're just really prone to teaching people and bringing them up and working with new grads. You know, if you can get to an organization who really supports new grads and supports people who don't have a whole lot of experience, then sure, maybe you can land yourself in one of those roles and they will just kind of mentor you into what they want you to be. But a lot of other organizations are not really looking for that. They're looking for somebody that they can hire and they pretty much know what they're doing and will require minimal direction and minimal teaching. Obviously there will be a training period just with any job, but they're not looking for somebody who they necessarily have to teach from ground zero. Now, if you are one of those people, because I know there are some people who have gotten into these roles with little experience, if you are one of those people and you watch this video, please feel free to leave a comment down below and give advice to any other person who may be looking to go into one of those roles. I'm sure they would really appreciate it. But if you are a person who is about to graduate and you don't really know what you're gonna do, or if you have graduated and it's been a while since you got your degree and you have not been able to land a job, then keep listening. The key to getting in a position that will lead into a corporate level role in a hospital or in a clinic is fellowships. Fellowships are what save most people who are new grads. Okay, and a lot of times schools, if you go to a really good school, most of the time you have to have a fellowship in order to even graduate. But if you do a school that is online, or you do a school that may just be a little bit smaller, typically fellowships are not required. So you don't get that opportunity to make connections. You don't get that opportunity to kind of hop into a job or learn some skills before you go into the job market. Fellowships provide wonderful opportunities for new grads and for students to connect with other professionals in the field, to learn valuable skills that they can take to another organization, to have a job to put on their resume. You can put a fellowship on your resume to show that you've had experience in the field after you graduated. And also too, most of the time whenever people hire you for a fellowship, that is a mentorship and learning experience. So they will hire you for 2 years to train you, to show you the ropes in their hospital, to really give you valuable skills that you can take with you as you start your healthcare administration career. But most of the time, people are investing that time into you with the expectation of getting something in return. So with that being said, most of the time people are taking fellows with the hope that those fellows will stay at their organization and will take on a role at their organization. That is what the goal of that healthcare organization is to train you up and hopefully get you to a point to where you can take over some role within their organization. Now, that's not to say that your fellowship will always translate into a job, but if you go, you show up and you show out and you show them how valuable you can be and you are in their organization, and you really just fit in, a lot of times people do find success with fellowships and they're able to translate those into jobs. So you invest this 2 years into this fellowship, into this organization, and a lot of times it will translate into a job. If it doesn't translate into a job, you still have 2 years worth of experience to put on your resume. You've learned all these valuable skills. You're going into the job market not blind. You're going into it kind of knowing what you're doing. Obviously, you're not going to know everything in 2 years, but you know more than you would have when you graduated. So fellowships, you have everything to gain and pretty much nothing to lose. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place in my bio the link to the website where you can find all of the healthcare administration fellowships in the country. Most of them use this website and they all post their fellowships on this website. So you can find everything. You can find the application process, you can find the requirements, you can find when the application will open and when it will close, you can find when the fellowship will start, what organization the fellowship is in. If the fellowship focuses on one specific area of healthcare administration, it will also tell you that as well. It'll tell you the requirements, whether or not it requires references, whether or not it requires you to be coming from a COMI accredited program. It will tell you everything on that website, and you can filter it by state. So if you are in Nevada and you need to see healthcare administration fellowships in Nevada, then you can filter it for Nevada only and it will show you all of the fellowships in your state. Or if you want to go to another state, you can switch it to another state. So this is a really helpful tool and a really helpful website. Most of the time the fellowships are at least at minimum a year. I've seen some of them go up to 3 years, but most of them are at minimum a year. The sweet spot is pretty much 2 years. So you'll work at that organization for 2 years long. They'll train you, they'll mentor you, and if it's a good fit, you may get offered a job. If it's not a good fit, then you may not. But hey, you walk away with a ton of experience, and it is a wonderful way to start building your network within healthcare administration and start building connections. So make sure you visit that website if you have just been not having any luck finding a job in healthcare administration, but your goal is to work your way up to one of those higher level executive corporate positions. You want to be the vice president of something, you want to be the chief of strategy, you want to be the chief of HR. If that is your goal, to be in one of those higher level roles, these fellowships can be a wonderful place to start if you haven't had any luck thus far in the field. Okay, now you all make sure that if you use this link and you apply to a fellowship and you get accepted, make sure y'all let me know. I want to know if this video was helpful to you, and I want to know your journey. I want to know where you started and where you ended up. We all have a journey, and all of our journeys look different. There are bumps in the road. The economy is crazy, so I know a lot of us are just kind of trying to go with the flow and trying to keep our head above water. So hopefully these videos that I am making can help the next person get closer to their calling and closer to a successful career. Other than that, that's all I got for y'all today. I hope that this video was helpful to you all. If you like this video, leave me a thumbs up, okay? If you like it, give me a thumbs up and like this video. If you got something to say or you want to give encouragement to another person, leave me a comment down below and look around on my channel. And if you like what you see, then go ahead and subscribe, okay? Okay, XOXO, Aniyah and Shay.
Coughing up the mess, drop it in the water, let the daughter find her image with the rest. She'll be learning how to breathe, spinning through identity, reveal another pretty little scheme. Save her mind, hold her hand, and don't